It's time for postseason baseball. You know what that means? The dumbest people of all time fill those color commentator roles. Play by play guys who should have retired 25 years ago take over those roles. Some guy who only watches football, still doesn't know anything about football, is going to be firing off takes online that I'm forced to see constantly on my timeline. There's going to be a 3 week long tipping pitches debate. An NBA drama fan is going to get involved and start talking about how the sport's dumb because parody is a thing. And it's all presented by why every single one of your friends is now addicted to gambling. It's time to dive in. Let's take a look at this Cincinnati Reds ball club here. They win 88 games this season, towards the top of the Great Lakes division. That was pretty clustered here at the top. I mean, you even have the Brewers down here with 82 wins, and then you had a bunch of 80-win teams, and then the Blue Jays winning the division with 90 wins. But the Reds, they are a team that gets it done with their offense. Horrible pitching, good offense, but they do have some flaws to the offense. They don't get on base, they don't walk, which ties hand in hand, and they strike out a ton, and they also don't steal. So they rely very heavily on home runs, but they do score a lot of runs through those home runs, as you would expect. Where on the pitching side of things, 11th in runs allowed, not what you want. They do actually have a really good starting rotation, but somehow that doesn't translate to anything else going well. They have a really good starting rotation and like a solid BABIP, but everything else is bad. Their defense is not good. Taking a look at that staff, they actually have old friend AJ Smith-Shawver on this staff. He is now extreme veteran, 39 years old, no longer what he once was, but still hanging around. He's retiring at the end of the season. They also have 37-year-old Steven Echeverria, who, why does he sound familiar? Okay, he was on Oakland for a very long time, that's why. But their main two starters are Ben Matthews and Nate Wells. Nate Wells is somebody who had 32 starts for them. He's 25 years old. He put up a 5 WAR, a 6 R WAR from Mahwah, New Jersey. Very solid pitcher for them. And then Ben Matthews, they just called him up at the end of the season. Only has 7 starts, but he's already one of their best options, so he's in the rotation for them. And then their bullpen, not really anything to write home about. They have our old friend Danny Lowry in the bullpen, though. They called him up, and he's been good. 31 innings pitched for them out of the bullpen. Looks like he got 4 starts too. So I was concerned about giving this guy up. I thought he could be decent, and we have to face him here in the postseason. But as far as the rest of these guys go, it's like Jake Dykes. He's pretty good. He's definitely got some spunk to his game here. But then the rest of the guys, it's basically just their closer, Alfredo Garnica, however you say this guy's name, lefty, back end of their bullpen. Didn't have the greatest season, but he's got decent ratings. And then as far as their bats go, they have a couple old friends there as well. They have on their bench Sergio Figueroa, who was on our bench. He was like a longtime Raleigh Oak. When we took over, he had 4 years with the Raleigh Oaks. We traded him to the Cincinnati Reds. He was a part of that Duvall Espy trade, who is apparently hurt. That's why he's not playing. Also, along with this guy who's a free agent in exchange for Bobby Harlow and Mike Cinquemani, who both are a part of this series. And then they also have Alfredo Medina, who they have up in the big leagues, and he's actually hitting decently well for them. That was the one thing for us. Whenever he was up in the big leagues, he just never did anything. But he's getting a chance here in Cincinnati, and he's hitting well for them, and he's actually their starting right fielder. So we'll be seeing a decent amount of him. And then as far as their best players by WAR, they have Dave Lubin in left field. Solid hitter, decent left fielder as well. Looks like he's been putting up solid like 2, 3, 4 WARs since 2033 back in Cleveland. Then he went to Philly for a year, and now he's been here in Cincinnati for 2 seasons. Edgar Rojas puts up a 2.6 WAR, a glove first second baseman. Really no bat whatsoever, to be honest. A 42 home run man first baseman, Joe Cummings, with 70 power. They also have Jim Wayant, who put up 22 home runs, 22 doubles for them with a 2 WAR. Their third baseman. And then they also had a center fielder who's more of a glove first guy, slap hitter, They have their backup catcher is a decent bat for them. And Medina, there's their starting shortstop who's glove first. And then there's Connor Wellion. The fact that he's Canadian makes me think that's probably a French last name, even though he's not actually from Quebec. He's from Ontario, but still. And it's also kind of crazy to me that they have multiple positions where they have defense first, like in center field, second base, and shortstop. But like none of these guys are any too great. So like their defense first center fielder is not a very good defender. Also has mainly been playing right field. And then their defense first shortstop, he's pretty decent. But has not actually put up good numbers, a negative ZR. Their glove first second baseman, I would imagine this guy's pretty good. Yeah, this guy is the actual glove first guy because he can't hit at all, but he still has a 2 WAR. And I would imagine they have some injuries. Yes, they do. Oh, this is the team that has Pulido. So Edgar Pulido here, he was a former Dodgers superstar for a long time. Then went to Colorado for 2 years because once his time ran up with the Dodgers, he was wrecked, and he's just been signing. Or I'm pretty sure he was. I don't know how he ended back up at the Dodgers here, but I know he was with the Dodgers, then he bounced around, then he went back to the Dodgers. And he performs when he's playing, but he's been wrecked for a long time, and he's not going to be in this playoff series because he's wrecked. Tommy Tall here, 25-year-old, UC Riverside, one of the top prospects in baseball, it looks like. Put up a really good performance for them in the big leagues this season. He's going to be out for 1 week. Currently not on their postseason roster, obviously, so they're going to be missing him. And then they also are going to be missing this guy who's a bench player, Deval Esprit, who we talked about, who mainly has been a bench player, it looks like, for them the past 2 seasons. Maybe he was slotted to be a starter this year and got hurt, because, I mean, he's out long term. Tore his PCL. And then they also are missing Johnny Cobbin, who is a reliever who sucks. And before we actually dive into the series here, just a quick little run through of what our staff is going to look like. 1 through 4 is Wilson Morales, Ed Osterley, Mike Cincamani, and then Chris Bowman as a follower. He is paired up with the opener of Alejandro Sagastume. I just felt like he was our best option to use as an opener, because if you look at Juan Jaimez, who was our other opener, he was actually one of the openers we were using in the season. He was actually really bad as an opener, but actually pretty good as a regular reliever. So we are going to use him as a regular reliever here. Sardina, or whatever his name is the other one we were using. He's not even on the postseason roster here. So Sagastume is actually going to be our opener. With the back end of the bullpen here, we have Juan Nazario, we have Santiago Mendoza, we have Juan Trujillo, we have Wilson Montiel, Andres Betancourt, Jaimez, and then we also are using Luis Carmona, who we had up for a bit in the big leagues at the start of the season, struggled, but he was just so dominant in Double-A, and his ratings look so good that I just feel like we have to have him here as an option for us. So we'll see. He's not going to probably get into any high leverage stuff unless we're like really desperate, but he's on the staff along with Dave Havens as well to give us some length. And then in the hitting side of things, the lineups are the same on both sides. It is Luis Griego in left field, Juan Ramirez at first base, Santiago Tapia at second, Oliar at third, Luis Rodriguez DHing, Pineda in right, Cooperman in center, Mike Rubin at short, and Jesus Sandoval catching, at least for now. We might change that pretty often, but it's going to be probably a mix of these 2 guys catching. Rocky Gusty is currently on the roster, but he is currently still out, but he should be back like any day now. Like, he has been recovery time unknown for like 4 days, so he could be back like tomorrow. So he's going to miss this first game at the very least. Hopefully he's back for the next game, but I just wanted to make sure he was on the roster, and he'll mix in somewhere when he comes back, but for now, he is just like an extra guy to have on the bench that's not going to be able to play this first game. Edgar Ortega also on the bench, Ada McCarthy, and then Chris Henniger as well. Rojas did not make the postseason roster. I just felt like he was the odd man out. Henniger, Pineda, and Rodriguez are all guys that I would rather have right now. So Rojas, he could be on it next series if we make it, but for now, Rojas not on the postseason roster. So here we have the head-to-heads for the positions. We have the edge on every single position except for catcher. That's pretty standard for us. I'd imagine it would be a tie if we had McCarthy, because McCarthy's a 55 overall, but we're rocking Sandoval, and let's see how the series goes. So here we are, top of the first inning. Raleigh Oaks. Let's see how it goes. They get 2 on, but it's 2 outs. And let's just go after him here. Alfredo Medina, the former Oak, getting the pitch blown by him, and that is going to strand 2 runners. So still scoreless heading into the bottom of the first. Luis Griego. You also notice that we're wearing high socks today because these are the unis we wear with high socks. So bottom 1, nothing going. Top 2, nothing going. Bottom 2. All right, so we scored a run, and we have a man on third base. That is because Rodriguez singled, and then Pineda doubled, drove in Rodriguez, and he moved to third base on the throw. So it's 1-0 Oaks here in the second inning with 1 out, and Yaikel Cooperman at the dish. Swinging away here. Ground ball left side. That'll score Pineda, but Cooperman grounds out. So that's 2 down. Now it brings up Mike Rubin, who will just risp it. Nothing else going in the inning. So it's top 3 now. Oaks up 2-0. Still 2-0. So we move things on top of the fourth. Another scoreless frame. Scoreless frame. All right, so they get 2 on here. Nobody out. It's Edgar Rojas, their 9-hitter. Morales just has to get these guys out. Ground ball left side, fielded by Alejar. Rips it across the diamond. That's 1 down, but both runners move up. It's second and third with 1 out for Eric Kreppel, the leadoff hitter. I think we are going to intentionally walk him. That loads the bases, sets up the force at any bag here with 1 out, and a cold hitter up in the DH in Connor Wellon. So we're just going to go after him here. 0-1. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Goes home with it. Not able to double it up, but they do get the force at home plate, so it's still 2-0. And now it's 2 down. The lefty, Dave Lubin. Just go after him. 1-1. That's going to be lined into right field. Lands for a base knock. Will score at least 1. Looks like it's going to score all of them? No, it only scores 2. It scores 2 of them. So just like that, it's a 2-2 game. Morales cannot get out of it. And I think we have to take him out now. We're just going to take him out. Let's bring in Betancourt here in the 5th. So Betancourt's going to come in here. 1-2 count. Here it comes. Blows it by him. Keeps it a 2-2 game, but we do blow the lead as we move things on to the bottom of the 5th. Here we go. We're cooking. First and second, but it's 2 outs here for Juan Ramirez. 2-0 count. Fly ball right field. That'll be caught on a line by Medina, the former Oak. And we move things on to the 6th. Betancourt still on the bump. Works a scoreless frame. Bottom 6. We scored, and it looks like Pineda somehow ended up on second. So Tapia struck out, Alejar flew out, Rodriguez singled, and then Pineda doubled them in. Fantastic stuff. So it's 3-2. Raleigh reclaims the lead. And Yaikel Cooperman here facing Nate Wells. Still in for the Reds. 1-0 count to Cooperman. Ground ball left side, fielded cleanly. And that'll be out number 3. But the Oaks do reclaim their lead, move things on top 7. We are now going to go batter by batter here. We're going to see if we can get through the bottom of the order here with Betancourt. So the glove first, shortstop. Hits a line drive up the middle. That's a base knock. Fantastic. 9-hitter. Pitch to contact, please. That's going to be a line drive into right field. Caught on a line. Now it's the leadoff hitter. Let's see if we can just get through this guy. 1-2. That's a line drive to center field. Caught by Cooperman. 2 down. Now it's Connor Wellon. This will be his last batter no matter what. So it's 1-2. Gets it. Past him. Punches him out. Scoreless frame for Betancourt. We move things on to the bottom of the 7th. And we have ourselves a runner in scoring position here. With Luis Griego up. Sandoval, did he double? How did Sandoval get on second here? Sandoval with a double. And now we're going to pinch run for him. Because we want to get that speed out there. I am going to bring... Fuck it, let's just not mess around. Let's just bring in Ortega here. Ortega comes into pinch run. We have that 70 speed and the 80 steal on second base here with one out, with Luis Griego at the dish, who goes down 0-2. Rips one to center field, but on a line. Ortega doesn't even tag up. He's still on second, and now it's Juan Ramirez. 0-1 count. Fly ball, right center field. This one's ranging back. Kiss that baby. Goodbye. 2-run blast. Juan Ramirez comes up big. He trots around those bases with those stirrups pulled up high. It's a 5-2 lead for the Raleigh Oaks. And the Reds have replaced their pitcher, they've replaced their pitcher with Juan Paleo here with 2 outs. Anything else going for us? No. So Eddie McCarthy is coming in to take in that number 9 spot, be the catcher from here on out. And then we are also going to bring in its switch right switch. Lubin is good against both, because of course he is. And Medina is mainly good against righties. But then it's also a righty coming up here who crushes both. But he has some swing and miss more so against righties, so I think we should bring in a righty. Which, it is the 8th. I think we're going to bring in Trujillo. So Trujillo has entered the game. Here, top 8, 5-2 lead for the Oaks. And Trujillo works a scoreless frame. Nothing else going for us. It's top 9 now with a 3-run lead. We are bringing in the closer, Juan Nazario, to shut the door. And he does just that. A 5-2 win for the Raleigh Oaks here in Game 1. They jump out to a 1-0 lead here in the NLDS. All right, unfortunately, Rocky Gusty is still hurt, but we are running back the same lineup, obviously. We still have the edge, obviously. Game 2. Ed Osterley on the bump, the trade deadline acquisition from the Colorado Rockies. Toe in the slab here, top 1 in Raleigh. Gets into a bit of trouble here. First and second, 1 out. Joe Cummings, the big power hitter, is at the dish. Let's pitch around him. First pitch swinging, lefty on righty. Line drive, lands in front of Griego in left field. Everybody moves up 90 feet. It's bases drunk. 1 out now for the former Oak, Alfredo Medina. 3-2. Check swing, and he walks in a run. The Reds strike first in this one. It's still 1 down. Now it's the catcher, Ernesto Lemus. 0-1 count. Weak fly ball to center field. Cooperman's there to put it away. The throw to the plate is not in time. Sack fly, and the Reds are now up 2-0 here early in this ball game. Jim Wyatt now digs in. 1-2 count to him. Fly ball, deep left field, ranging back is Griego, and that one's out of here. Ed Osterley, a disaster performance here in the top of the first. And it's 5-0 for the Cincinnati Reds. What happened? I need a new pitcher? Osterley get hurt or something? What? Fantastic. My Iron Man pitcher, it doesn't say he has an injury, but he has to come out of the game? I need a new pitcher. Fantastic. We have to bring in a pitcher off the bench, so it's... I mean, do we go Havens and burn that long guy, or do we just go to the next starter? Do we go Bowman and perhaps have Havens as a follower? Let's go Havens. We're going to go Havens here. Havens coming into the game in the first, down 5, because Ed Osterley apparently has to come out. Yeah, let's make him a follower. Why not? So I don't know what happened to Osterley, but Dave Havens has to come into the game. He gets out of it from there, but we're down 5-0, so we're already fighting uphill. But here we go. Santiago Tapia gets over on third base, but it's 2 outs for Alejar. 1-0 count. Line drive. Caught on the line. 3 down, nothing going. So now it's top 2. Nothing going. Bottom 2. All right. Once again, runner in scoring position for us. Mike Rubin swinging away at the 1-1. Weak fly ball, center field, but still caught by Kreppel. 3 down. Top 3 now. Dave Havens. Another scoreless frame. Bottom 3. Nothing going. Okay, second and a third. 1 out for the Reds here in the top of the 4th. Eric Kreppel at the dish with first base open. We're going to do it once again. We're going to intentionally walk the man. It's now bases juiced. 1 down for Connor Wellen. And we're just going to go after him. 1-0. Pop fly in the infield. Ramirez puts that one away. 2 down. Now it's Lubin. Going after him, full count. Spits on ball 4, and we walk in another run. It's 6-0 for the Reds. And it's Joe Cummings, the power hitter. Full count to him as well. And he watches strike 3. So they do tack on 1 more, but Havens only allows 1 from the bases loaded jam. It's now bottom 4. Tapia with the leadoff triple. Alejar swinging away. 1-2. Strike 3. Rodriguez swinging away. 2-2. Watches it. Strike 3. Pineda. 1-0 count. Gets away. Thank fuck we actually get a run on the board. I would have been screaming if we didn't drive in at least 1 run there. So now Pineda, 2-0 count, 2 outs. They work it back to 2-2. And that's a drop third strike, but quickly picked up and thrown over to first base. So we do tack on 1, but now we're just back down to being down 5. So here it is, top 5. Havens, 2 on, 2 out. First pitch swinging is Edgar Rojas. Ground ball right side. Ramirez cannot field that somehow. Throw to the plate, though. Dead meat trying to score is Wayant. Sandoval applies the tag. It's still 6-1 as we move things on to the bottom of the 5th. Cooperman facing Ben Matthews. Nothing going there, but Jesus Sandoval on second with 2 outs, and Luis Griego up. 1-2 count. Ground ball right to the shortstop. 3 down. So still 6-1. Havens stolen the bump here, giving us bulk, saving the bullpen. Gives up a solo shot, now we're down 6. Then he gives up 2 more base runners. I think that's the end. I shouldn't have even said anything. I said he's giving us bulk and he's saving the bullpen. Immediately he's like, oh, how about we give up 1 billion base runners here? So he gives up the solo shot. We're down 6. Now it's first and second, 1 out for Alfredo Medina. Can you possibly get a double play here and get us out of it? 2-1 count. Line drive left field. Caught. Now it's Lamus. I think we're going to let him face him, too. We're going to pitch around, though. It's a 1-0 count. And that's going to bloop in. Bloops in front of Cooperman in center field. And, oh my God. Cooperman with an absolute cannon from center field. Sandoval gets the tag. Keeps it as a 6-run deficit. But we're running out of time here. Bottom 6. Half it. Nothing going. Oh my God. I just instinctively said nothing going on, and we put up a 4 spot. So Ramirez walks. Tapia steals second, but Ramirez steals second, but Tapia walks. Alejar walks. Rodriguez singles. Pineda draws in a walk. Draws a walk that drives in a run. They bring in a new pitcher. Cooperman doubles, 2-run score, and yeah, I mean, incredible. Or I guess 3-run score on that because he went up the third on the throw. So suddenly it's 7-5 and we're back in this. Only down 2, top 7. Dave Havens saved this game for us, giving us bulk, but he's coming out of the game. This is a big spot here. We are gonna bring on righty. We got a shit ton of lefties in the bullpen. I think we're going back to Trujillo here. 2 days in a row, Trujillo's pitching. Can he give us a scoreless frame? He can indeed. Doing his job. It's bottom 7. Luis Griego hits you with the half. We tack on one more. What happened? We get Griego singling. Ramirez comes up the plate. Griego steals second. Throwing error gets him to third base. And then he also scores. He scores on a throwing error on just creating havoc with his speed on the bases. So now it's top 8. Trujillo. It's righty switch. Let's see if he can just get through it. He cannot. So immediately they got a guy in second base, nobody out. Let's see if he can get well on out. Ground ball left side. Probably should just tag the runner who's running straight at you there, but I guess not. So now they have a man 90 feet away from scoring, and Dave Lubin's up. I feel like we should walk Dave Lubin. He's their best hitter, so we're going to do that. We're going to walk Dave Lubin, getting aggressive here with the intentional walk. Infield, or at least corners are in. Runner on third, first and third, 1 out. And it's Joe Cummings, who we're just going to pitch around him. We're going to leave Trujillo in. He's got that 60 control. Let's just pitch around him here. Runners going, and now the double play is broken up. Fantastic. Fantastic. I don't want to just walk another one. I don't want to give them more base runners. So how about we pitch around some more? 2-2. Lands in front. That's going to score at least 1. It does indeed. So now they're up by 2 again. First and second. Fantastic stuff. We're taking Trujillo out of the game. And I don't even care who's in. We're bringing in Santiago Mendoza. He is going to go after Medina. 1-2 count. Here it comes. Line drive right field. Caught. Throw to the plate. Not in time. So now they're up 3. Fantastic. The bullpen blows it for us. Or I guess you can't really blame the bullpen because Osterley really blew it, but we could have won this game. So now it's just 2 down. Can he just get through this? He can. So now we're down 3. It's bottom 8. We have 2 frames to do something. They're bringing in their closer for a 2-inning save. Rodriguez, Pineda, Cooperman. Let's just go... Because I might pinch... We have Henniger and Ortega. Really only Henniger is the one I would want to pinch hit, but if we pinch hit for anybody, it's going to be either Sandoval or Ruben. But Sandoval's actually been getting on base. Ruben, if we take Ruben out, we don't really have anybody to play. Like, we can move one of these guys to the shortstop, but then we have to move somebody to one of those positions, and we don't have any of these guys who can't. I guess Griego can move to second. Well, we'll go batter by batter here. So we'll just go at bat. Luis Rodriguez works a full count. The rookie phenom. Can he show up? Draws a walk. Fantastic. Now it's Jesus Pineda. What's he got for us? At least he's swinging through it. So it's 1 down. Now it's Cooperman, who... I think we're tempted. I mean, he has driven in a bunch of runs, but I am tempted to pinch hit Henniger. I mean, he is better against righties. No, because we want Henniger. If we get to Sandoval, we want Henniger to pinch hit. Yeah. So we're not going to do that. We're going to let Cooperman hit here. See what he does. That's a fly ball to center field, but it is caught. 2 down. So now it's Mike Rubin. Let's just do the AB. 3-0. Spits on it. And suddenly we're more in business. It's 2 down, but we have 2 on. And we're down by 3. So the tying run is at the plate. And we are going to pinch hit here for Sandoval. Chris Henniger coming in to pinch hit in a huge spot. Down 3. He's the tying run. What do you have for us? Ground ball, left side, weak, nothing. They take the short way, and we strand 2. So we move things on to the top of the 8th, or the top of the 9th, rather. So we can't even get any more runs. We now need to bring in Aiden McCarthy to catch for us. Mendoza's going to stay in the game on the mound. Can he get through this? He can indeed. Scoreless frame. It is now bottom of the 9th. It is our last frame. They have brought on Jake Dykes here to close this out. Let's see if we can get to him. Luis Griego here. 1-2 count. That's going to be lined up the middle. Base knock. There's the good start. Next batter up is Juan Ramirez. 2-2 count. Ground ball right side. Okay, they get the lead runner, but I thought about stealing, but Ramirez luckily beats at the back end of it. They don't even throw down, it looked like. Can we take a pitch here and then go? That's a strike. How about we steal second? Great, now we're down 0-2. He lines out to third base. Now it's Olehar. Works a full count. Pops up to foul territory. And, oh, the catcher muffed it. Error, okay. That somehow gets through. Ramirez goes first to third, so we have 2 on. And once again, the tying run is at the plate, and it is the rookie phenom, Luis Rodriguez. Write yourself into the history books here, young man. What do you have for us? 1-0 count. An absolute screamer to the center field wall. That's going to score at least 1. He's on second base, Rodriguez. Hell yes. 1 run scores, and now the go-ahead run is at the plate. 2 on, both in scoring position here for Jesus Pineda, another rookie. It is a right-hander on the bump. He can hit right-handers. We don't have anybody who, we don't want to pinch hit Ortega. What can Jesus Pineda give us? 2-2 count. Bloop in, perhaps? No. Pops it up into right field. Bunch of drama, but we can't deliver, and we lose 9-7. Series is evened up at 1 game apiece. We are now facing the 39-year-old A.J. Smith-Shawver here in Game 3 as the series goes to Cincinnati. Mike Cincamani, the former Reds farmhand, on the bump for us. And unfortunately, Rocky Gusty is still hurt. Somehow still not coming off. He has been like any day now coming off the IL or coming off his injury for 7 days now. And he's still not back. So here we are in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark. It's top 1. A.J. Smith-Shawver on the bump. Nothing going for us. They get 2 on with 1 out on Cincamani, and here is Joe Cummings. 2-2 count. Ground ball up the middle. That gets through. That'll score at least 1. So it looks like the Reds are going to take the early lead once again. Can we get out of it from here? Medina comes up. 0-1 count to him. Deep fly ball to left field, but it is caught. How about 2-1 to Lemus? That gets over the head of the shortstop. That'll score another 1. So it's now a 2-0 Reds lead, and we are once again fighting uphill. 1-0 to Jim Wayant. That's going to be lined to the shortstop, and finally they get out of it, but we are down 2-0, so top 2 here. Olehar with a leadoff double. Or no, it looks like he probably swiped second. And then an absolute bomb. No! How? How is that going to get caught at the wall? Somehow it got caught at the wall. Now we have to decide if we want to run on Medina's arm. And we're going to fucking do it. Olehar tagging up the third base, and he's dead meat. Holy shit. I mean, he does have an 80-grade arm. But, Olehar, I mean, he's 50 speed. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have, but, I mean, holy shit. That's an absurd throw. I mean, Jesus Christ. And how is that not gone? This is Cincinnati. So now it's Pineda. Nothing else going. Bottom 2. Scoreless frame. Cooperman gets on. Ground ball. That'll move up Cooperman, so he's 90 feet away from scoring. And now it's Jesus Sandoval, who we are going to try to safety squeeze with. And he pops the bunt up to first base. 2 down. Fantastic. Luis Griego. He punches it through the right side, and we cut their lead in half. It's a 2-1 ball game. Thank fuck. Can we manufacture some chaos here? Throw over? I don't even give a shit. We're going again. Griego, we're off and running. He's in there. Scoring position. Now it's Juan Ramirez. He goes down swinging, but we do tack on 1 to cut their lead in half. It's bottom 3 now. Cinquemani, scoreless frame. Nothing going for us. 2 down, 2 down, 2 on. 3-0, and he walks the guy. Bases are juiced. Here, 2 outs for Eric Kreppel, top of the order. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing in some of the bullpen guys now, but no. It's top of the order. He hasn't had his best stuff today. All right, no, we're gonna leave him in. We're gonna leave him in. Just go after him. 2-2. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Gets out of it. Still 2-1. It's top 5. Nothing. Bottom 5. Leadoff hitter gets on, then I guess swipes second. Just go after him then. 0-2 to Lubin. Plunks him in the leg. Fantastic. First and second. Now nobody out. Joe Cummings up. I think now we have to take him out. Yeah. We are going to turn to Betancourt. This is Betancourt here in the 5th inning. 2-2 count. Here it comes. Blows it by him. Now it's Medina. 2-2 count to him as well. Blows it by him as well. Now it's Lemus the catcher. 2-1 count. Line drive right field. That lands in front of Pineda. And they score another one. 3-1. Reds have a 2-run lead once again. Jim Wyatt comes up, and he skies one in foul territory as it's caught by Alejar for out number 3, but they do tack on a run, make it 3-1, move things on top 6. Can we just half this? Nothing. Bottom 6, we bring in a new pitcher. This is going to be Carmona. Let's get Carmona in the game. Why the fuck not? Can he do anything? Scoreless frame. Fantastic. Half inning, please. We tack on a run. What happened? Tapia doubled. He then stole third base with Alejar up. And then Alejar sac fly drove him in. So it's a 3-2 ball game. Back to being a 1-run game. Here, bottom 7. I don't think we want to go double inning with Carmona. I don't trust him to be doing that quite yet. So I think we're going Mendoza here in this spot. He works a scoreless frame. It's top 8. We don't do anything. So now it's bottom 8. Scoreless frame. It's top 9. This is our last chance down a run. We have Ramirez, Tapia, Alejar up. Those are big hitters. 1-0 to Ramirez. Diving stop. Keeps it in the infield. But that's going to be an infield single for Ramirez. He's on first base. See if we can steal. Does not like it. Let's just go AB. 2-2. Driven to deep right center field, but caught by Medina. So 1 down. Ramirez still at first base. Here for Alejar. Let's try to steal again. Ramirez doesn't like that either. 2-2. Fly ball left field. 2 down. Fantastic. But now it's Luis Rodriguez, who has been good this postseason. We're not going to try to steal because I'm not trying to just ruin the first pitch here. 1-0 count to Rodriguez. And he hits an absolute screamer off the left center field wall. Ramirez, he's going home. Holy hell. Luis Rodriguez just hit an RBI double, moves up to third on the throw, and we have tied the game in the top of the ninth. They have blown the save, and we have a runner 90 feet away from scoring with 2 outs, and Jesus Pineda at the dish. The right-handed bat against the lefty closer, and they're intentionally walking him. Now it's Yaikel Cooperman, lefty-lefty. I think we want to go the matchups here. I think we want to bring in Chris Henniger. No, we're going to leave Cooperman in. We're going to leave Cooperman in the game. Why not? We're going to try to steal. Pineda doesn't like it. Let's do it one more time. That time he's off and running. Boom. 2-0 count. They let him go. And then Cooperman lines out to third base. So we're going to the bottom of the ninth. We need to close at the bottom of the ninth. And to do that, we're bringing in Juan Nazario. The ninth inning is his. Okay. Still a tie game, but it's 1-2 count here, 2 outs to Connor Welland. Just blow it by him. That gets through. Oh my fucking god. They just won. How? How is that gonna, like, that's how the game ends? Come on. Rocky Gusty is still unknown recovery time for his injury here as we are getting ready to play Game 4. It is top 1 here at Great American Ballpark. Luis Griego leading things off against Steven Echeverria. Nothing going for us. They hit a fucking solo shot in the top of the first off our opener, and he gets out of it from there. So now it's top 2, but we're down 1-0 already. Nothing going for us. Now we turn to Chris Bowman. Yes, he is in the game. He works a scoreless frame. Top 3. Nothing going. Bottom 3. They get the leadoff man on. Fantastic stuff. 1-0 count to Connor Welland. Ground ball. Ruben makes the play. Throw over to first base. 1 down, but the runner moves up to third base 90 feet away from scoring. Let's pitch around him with first base open. Fly ball, deep left field, but it will be caught. But that does tag up a runner, so we are once again down 2-0 to the Cincinnati Reds. Now it's Joe Cummings. Gets out of it from there. So top 4 here. Let's just half this. Nothing. Scoreless frame. Here we go. First and second. Nobody out for Mike Rubin. Can he... Let's double steal. He's dead, mate. I should have just bunted. I should have just fucking bunted. Yeah, and then he's going to strike out. God, I hate bunting, though, because whenever you bunt in this game, it never actually gets the job done. They usually bunt it and they pop it up, or if they don't pop it up, it's like a hard bunt right to a guy, and they somehow still get the lead runner. So now we're 2 down, runner on second base, and it's Jesus Sandoval up. You know, let's just get fucking crazy here. Let's see if we can... No, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. Sandoval. Ground ball right side. We fucking biff that inning. And now it's on to the bottom of the 5th. Chris Bowman still on the bump. 2 down, but 2 on. Full count to Dave Lubin. Ball 4. Bases are drunk for Joe Cummings. He's going to walk on a run. No, he's going to hit a line drive right to our second baseman, and it's still 2-0. So it's now top 6, top of the order here. Let's half it. We get a run. What happened in the inning? Juan Ramirez solo shot. Thank you for showing up this postseason. It is now bottom 6. Chris Bowman still on the bump. They get their leadoff man on in Sergio Figueroa. 1-2 to Lemus. Well, I don't know what that quick view was, but somehow Ruben cannot make the play. He's having himself a hell of a defensive series here. And now they have 2 on for Jim Wayant. 2-2 count to him. That's going to be a shallow pop fly, but caught by Griego. Now it is the glove first shortstop, who's really not even that good of a glove. 6-4-3, perhaps. 6-4-3. 2-1 game as we move things on into the top of the 7th. Nothing going with our bats. It's now bottom 7. Bowman works a scoreless frame. It's now top 8. Let's pinch hit with Henniger here. Henniger pinch hitting to face Jake Dykes. 0-2 count. Watch him go down with the bat on his shoulder here. At least he swung through. Now it's Luis Griego. That's going to get down for a base knock. So Luis Griego, the superstar, gets on. Can we perhaps steal second? He's off and running. He's in there. Scoring position. Juan Ramirez up with a runner on second base. Watches it with the bat on his fucking shoulder. 2 down. Santiago Tapia. Line drive right at the center fielder. Still down 2-1. We now need to bring in Aiden McCarthy to catch for us. Chris Bowman, do we want to... Yeah, Chris Bowman's out. Chris Bowman's out of the game. You were fantastic this game, but we were taking out from here. It is a bunch of righties coming up, so we are bringing in Juan Trujillo. Scoreless frame, it's top 9. Backs against the wall here, down by 1 fucking run. Eric Oliejar up, works a full count. Spits on ball 4, fantastic. Now it's Luis Rodriguez. And he delivers again. A base knock from Luis Rodriguez. I mean, if it's the 9th inning, Luis Rodriguez is showing the fuck up. My God. First and second, nobody out. It's Jesus Pineda. I'm tempted to bunt. Even if Pineda has been good. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bunt. We're just going to... We're going to at-bat this. Full count. Draw a walk. Draws a walk. Bases are drunk. Nobody out for Yaikel Cooperman. What do you have for us? 2-2 count. That better not be a double play. Thank fuck. So they get the runner home, but now a double play can end the fucking game. And it's Mike Rubin who we are not letting hit. I don't even care if it's fucking Ortega. We're bringing in Ortega. We pay you money to be doing shit like this. How about you do something here? 2-0 count, Edgar Ortega. And he skies it in the infield. 2 down. Now, our last hope is Aiden McCarthy. 1-2 counts. Little dribbler. And we strand the bases loaded with nobody out, down a run, and the Cincinnati Reds are now 1 game away from moving on to the CS. Oh, also, in case you're wondering what happened to Osterley, I have no fucking idea. I never got a single email about any of this stuff, but somehow he had to come out of that game. Also, Alfredo Medina apparently was arguing with umpires in yesterday's game, and he's actually going to be suspended for 4 games. And guess who still is not back from his injury? I mean, maybe I goofed it with this, but I mean, he was, like, even before the series started, he was, like, on this unknown recovery time for, like, 4 or 5 days. So I was like, surely he'll be back in, like, 1 or 2 days, but no, he's just not. So here we are, backs against the wall. It is Wilson Morales on the bump for us, Nate Wells on the bump for them. We should have the edge. We are going to make a adjustment, though. Mike Rubin has been so dreadful at shortstop that we are going to go with something crazy. We have Luis Griego playing second base. He can somehow play second base. He has 55 range. He has a terrible arm, but he's a 50-grade second baseman, so he's playing second base for us this game. Tapia shifts to third base. Oliejar is our shortstop. And then the outfield is Pineda in right, Cooperman in center still, and then Chris Henniger is going to play left field for us. And that is our lineup for this game. We're just going to try to get our bats going because the bats have been doing nothing the past couple games. Backs against the wall here in Cincinnati. Nate Wells on the bump. And we have ourselves a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. Eric Alehar draws ball 4. Now it's Rodriguez. 2-1 count. And he comes up once again. Is that going to score a run, though? It is indeed. We strike first in this one. It's 1-0. Now it's Pineda. 2-1 count to him. Hard ground ball, but fielded. That'll be the end of the inning, but we do tack on 1 to go up 1-0. Now it's Wilson Morales on the bump, and he gives up 2 runs. On a 2-run home run, presumably? Yes, Joe Cummings. 2-run home run after a Dave Lubin single. Gets at it from there, so we're fighting uphill after all. So now it's top 2. Nothing going, bottom 2. 2 on, 2 outs. A laser down the line, that'll score at least 1. And we're going to be fighting uphill even more. Yep, that's a bases-clearing triple. For the leadoff hitter, it's 4-1 for the Reds. And we still have to get out of this inning. Thankfully, he strikes at that guy. We move things on top 3. Let's just half it. I don't even give a shit. Nothing going. Another home run for them, because why not? Did not mean to half that, but whatever. Do mean to half this. We don't do anything. Score this frame. We don't do anything. Score this frame. We don't do anything. They get a man on. We're taking out Morales. We are bringing in, Betancourt. Why the fuck not? Let's just half inning. Who cares? They tack on 1 more. Whatever. Top 7. We do nothing. Bottom 7. Betancourt. Can he get at it from here, though? Ground ball left side. Down 5. Heading to the top of the 8th inning. Jesus Sandoval up. I mean, who fucking gives a shit at this point? Who fucking cares? Let's just go... Edgar Ortega, pinch hit. Oh, look at that. He gets a hit. Fantastic stuff. So we did that. Let's half it from here. Oh, there was an injury. To who? What are we... I don't know. Oh, no, I haven't... incomplete lineup. So, yeah, we didn't do anything with it. We get the leadoff man on, do nothing with it. Now Ada McCarthy comes on to be our catcher. We bring in... Fuck it. Let's just get Carmona an inning here. Down 5. Who cares? Scoreless frame. They bring in Andres Morales. Why does he sound familiar? Who knows? But it's top 9. Top 9. We're down by 5. Santiago Tapia up. Half inning. We do nothing. 6-1. And we lose the DS after winning the first game. It looked promising. The bats fall apart. Nothing happens for us. And we just have an embarrassing series. As we win that first game 5-2, then we somehow have this insane game that ends 9-7. Then we drop a game by 1 run, drop a game by 1 run, and then we just put up a stinker in game 5. And the Cincinnati Reds advance on to the CS. Of course the Reds go on to the World Series and then lose to the Los Angeles Angels. 4-2. The Angels have won yet another World Series since us leaving them. What is that? 2 now? Because they won in 2039. That was the end of us doing it. And then they won again the next season. The season after that, they had a bit of a down year. And then they're back in it with a 90-win season. And they make it all the way to the World Series and win it again. So they've won 3 of the last 4 World Series. That means the new GM is somehow just as successful as I was when it comes to winning World Series. Just taking a quick look at this team. 8 WAR from Kurt House, 4 WAR from Mike Hoskins, 3 WAR from Ernesto Pimentel, Juan Lamas, who was an international free agent that I did sign, is now their closer, and he put up a solid year in their bullpen. They fixed Vince Garza after that absolute disaster year he had in Atlanta. Which year was it? It was this year, 2037 in Atlanta, where he had a -2 WAR, a -6.9 R WAR. He had 26 meltdowns, and he just somehow keeps trucking along, and he's had a couple of good seasons in a row here now and gets another World Series after he won a couple with Oakland back in this era. Dan Brannick is still with this team as well. When it comes to the bats, they have Chris Aquino, obviously. Tiziano is still here. Alejandro Canalate gets a ring, but he was hurt. Jesus Doors is their shortstop. He's turned into a monster for them. He's put up 3 straight seasons, or I guess 2 straight full seasons of triple-digit WRC+. He hit 30 home runs this year. They still have Juan Espinoza on this team. Lee Snyder's they've reacquired, like I was talking about. Kevin Johnston is... okay, so he's a draft pick that I took in 2036, apparently, that I don't remember at all, who has just developed, and now he's just an absolute stud for that, or he's going to be. He wasn't too great this year, but he's going to be pretty insane with these ratings. I don't remember taking this guy at all, but somehow he developed. David Tamayo is another guy that we signed, international free agent. He developed. Who's this guy? We did not acquire that guy. Mike Fritcher. We drafted this guy as well. Juan Salazar. This guy was an international free agent as well. Mike Claret, or whatever this guy's name is. We drafted him as well. John Duran, we drafted him. Dorian Hensley, we drafted him. Juan Ibarra. This was definitely a guy that we signed. Montenegro, scouting discovery when we were GM. Brendan Nolte, I know I drafted him. Doug Ryland, we drafted him. David Salinas, scouting discovery when we were GM. Andre, we international free agent. Who did we leave off then? Andre, we skipped Soto, we drafted him. Stidham, we drafted him. Basarab, we drafted him. I remember him. Edgar Ramos, did not sign him. But yeah, this he just took over my whole farm system, and now he's winning with these guys. Come on. Who even is the GM after all? Mike Uran, 58-year-old from Glendora, California. And he just takes over our farm system, and he's won 2 World Series. They even still have our staff here. They've still got our manager, they've still got our bench coach, they've still got our pitching coach, they've still got our hitting coach. I mean, Ben Johnson's been a hitting coach since year 1. We hired him in 2024. He's been here since then. Look at this guy. He's been in the Los Angeles Angel hitting coach since season 1, and he's still just trucking along, and he's only 53 because we hired him so young. Shropshire, we hired him in 2033, and he's just been an absolute stud pitching coach for them ever since. Ivan Wilson has won 3 Manager of the Year awards. He might even win it again this season. Eric Ferris has been in the organization since 2025, so that's, year 2 of this save. And he started off as the Salt Lake Bees manager, and then he got promoted to the bench coach, and he's just been the bench coach ever since. And then take a look at this shit, too. Now their market size is huge, which that's gone up since winning 2 World Series. Their fan loyalty is extreme, and their fan interest is 100.